Oh my gosh, guys. So today was a day. Like, I'm telling you, like, speechless, but not because I wanted to come on here and just share. Oh my gosh, it is 2:32 in the morning, and I started at 7 o'clock today. 7 o'clock. Just now, like, completely finished with my whole day. Completely finished. But So, and it was basically just because of mechanical, like I said in my previous video, you know, which is understandable, things happen out of your control, expect the unexpected. Um, so it just made this day very long. But throughout the day, as I was traveling, I forgot or misplaced my coat. So I have like a liner that's within my coat. So it's kind of like a small jacket. And I was getting by with that. And I had thought I put my actual coat in my suitcase. And I guess somehow, some way, I forgot in one of the hotels. So I called the hotel well, yeah, it was about three of them, but I know it had to be in two of them, one or the other. So I called both of them and they said that my coat wasn't there. And I was just so frustrated with myself. I was getting on the last flight. Um, and I was just so upset because I'm like, so now how am I supposed to get around? Because it's cold. We are in the middle of January. Like, it's cold. And I need my coat. I want my coat. And yes, I can just get a new coat, but it takes some time. And also, my gloves were in that coat. I do have an extra set of gloves, which I'm happy about. And then my headphones were in the coat too. So now I'm going to have to get some headphones, which is not a big deal. But I just kept on thinking about it while I was on the plane. Like, I can't believe, like, I really misplaced it. Like, I did not remember to take it with me. I must have, like, put it in the closet. And usually, if I shut the closet door, most of the time I won't look again. And I have to have a better habit of just, like, opening everything up before I leave. So I was just, like, really frustrated in that um, in that sense. And I started to think, frustration leads to regret. And it does, because being frustrated with yourselves put your mind in a state of, I should have did this, I should have did that, why did I do this, why did I do that, um, you know better, or you whatever that goes on in your head. You just basically keep on beating yourself up, which kind of leaves you stagnant, and it leads you to not moving forward because you keep on focusing on the thing that you did that is frustrating you. And I just thought that was deep, because that's something that we do to ourselves in everyday life. And you can't help it. Sometimes you misplace stuff, sometimes you forget stuff. And you truly weren't supposed to. Like, you actually need it. It wasn't something that was like in the moment of, it was better that you're without it. Like, you need that. But staying frustrated at yourself, being like, just being mad at yourself does not help the situation. And it does not help you mentally or physically, anything like that. It does not help you. So it's best to, acknowledge that the emotion is there, embrace it, and let it go and move on. But don't keep staying in it, because for me, if I keep staying in it, then I'm just going to not want to go out and get any groceries, because, I take public transportation everywhere. And it be cold out there. I tell you, it be cold out there. Waiting for the bus. If you don't time it right, and even sometimes when you time it right, those buses don't always operate on time. And so, yeah, that's my main thing, is just having to stand there and wait for the bus. But I'm going to figure out the coat thing. I'm going to figure it out. I know it's like, she really over here upset that she don't, yes, because we are in January and it was like 20 degrees when I just came in a couple hours ago. And I'm over here wearing a thin little jacket. But I'm going to get me a new coat. It's just going to take a minute. But it made me want to talk about, story time. Story time from last year. So, this is what happened last year. So, I used to drive in New York. Been here for a while, and I want to say all of the time I drove, because in the beginning I didn't when I first moved here. But then, like, towards the middle of it, I did drive. And I used to do, like, Instacart. I did Amazon. I did, like, DoorDash. Did all those little services. Never had an issue with getting into an accident. But I've been in accidents. Only in New York. Only in New York, okay? And so, let me see. The first time I was in an accident, somebody rear-ended me. And then, what was the other time? The other time was the same thing. Somebody rear-ended me. And then the third time, which was the last time, was, oh my gosh, somebody had totaled my car. So it was a nice sunny day. We were starting to get into spring. It was last year around March. And I was off, and I was just working on actually South Africa, because that's when I was watching like a lot of those videos and stuff, and I was trying to figure out how I was going to visit. And so I was working on that plan to go visit the country. And I remember, I had gone out there an hour prior to get something from my car that I needed. An hour prior. And so an hour later, I was in my place working on my stuff, and I hear a big screech and then boom. And I'm like, what just happened? What just happened? So I go and look out the window, and I see this motorcycle, and then I see this guy laying next to the motorcycle. And then I see a woman laying next to the man. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what just happened? And you start to see all these people go outside, like gathering around and saying like, oh my gosh, oh, just it sounded really bad, and it looked really bad. So I went downstairs, went outside to see what was going on, and you can tell like the guy on the ground was hurt really bad. But then I can't remember who was telling the other guy on the motorcycle, but someone just told him to go, just leave. And so shortly after he left, and I was about to call 911, but it seemed like there was enough neighbors outside. That was my hair. That scared me. There was enough neighbors outside. I lost my train of thought. There was enough neighbors outside that somebody had called 911. So I was like, okay, it's all good. And right before I went inside, I wanted to look at my car because it's parked on the street, 'cause it's street parking. And when I glanced over there, I saw that it looked like it had moved. And I was like, that's weird because it can't really move. Like, I never moved it. I was just out here an hour ago. And if it was to move, it would be moved onto the grass. So I was like, no. I was just in my head, I said, no, no, this, no, 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 no. So I went down the steps, I crossed the street, went over there, and saw that my car had gotten hit. And I mean, completely hit. I was like, this isn't real. This is a dream. Straight dream. Because how did that, literally, the motorcycle is in the middle of the street and my car is way over here, and somehow it, but what happened was, so the motorcycle was, it was like a one-way street. The motorcycle was going down this one-way street, and there's a stop sign there. And then there's a stop sign. Cars are able to go back and forth, and they don't stop. That street always has an issue with people speeding, and a lot of people don't follow that stop sign. So usually people are speeding this way and they're speeding that way. So whatever happened, there was an SUV coming this, my car, I know this is very confusing, but work with me, okay? Work with me. So my car was parked. My car was parked on the right-hand side of the street that has no stop sign. And the car that hit basically everybody was coming down that street. The motorcycle was coming down that one-way street that had the stop sign. They didn't stop, so the SUV swerved, and when they swerved, they hit a car behind me and they hit my car, and they totaled theirs as well. Their whole front end was damaged. Their airbags exploded. Mine's didn't, but my whole back end was just done, like completely done. And they ran away from the scene. The car behind me that got hit, I don't know where they were. It took a couple of days for that car to be taken because the person wasn't there. And then the guy that fell off the motorcycle was taken on an ambulance. And yeah, my car was just taken from me that day, towed by the police. I'm just like, so what happens now? And they're like, just file a police report, and we gotta find this guy now or this girl. It was just crazy to me that they ran away. But that happens. Obviously, that happens. So, I'm saying all of that to say I lived in a lot of frustration during that time, which led to regret because I was so, I'm telling you, so frustrated that I didn't have my car. And the insurance was just not working well with me, with getting me a rental. Like, I did end up getting one, but it was just a lot of back and forth, and just a lot of complications. And when my car was getting fixed, it seemed as if, things were going good until they weren't. And they were like, oh, so this was a deeper issue than we thought. And yeah, we're not going to cover it. So we're just cutting you a check. And I'm just like, yeah, no. And they're like, yeah, yeah. And I'm like, yeah, no. And they're like, well, you can take the check. I'm like, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Like, my car is gone like that? Like, how? I was just, I couldn't let it go. I couldn't let go of the thought that I didn't have my car anymore. Like, it's a privilege having a car in the city. It really is. And to have to go back to public transportation, I was like, So I'm saying that to say, like, I could have done a lot more things during that time, but I always used the excuse of not having my car, and that was living in regret. That was just living in the past, like, and I had no control over it in the first place. That's the other thing. I never had control over it. So I should have let it go, but I couldn't because it was just, I couldn't believe that it happened, and I couldn't believe that it was real. Like, I really didn't have my car. And yes, I could have went out and probably got another car and stuff, but at that point, um, I just didn't want to spend the money on another car. I never had planned to spend money on another car during that time, and I just wanted my car. So that's just a story time I want to share with you guys, just to, you know, loop it back into losing my coat and just trying to drive the just trying to drive the reasoning of this is that just don't live in regret. Don't live in your frustration, because it just leads to regret. It just leads to you, being stagnant, being stuck, not making decisions that you need to make and moving forward, because you're just so stuck on what you don't have and what you lost that you can't think of anything else, and it messes up your growth. Um, yeah, it's pretty much what I have to say, but today was a doozy. It was definitely a doozy. And I did say that I was going to try to make another video, so I said, why not? I'm still up. I am tired, but I'm not tired. And I know I'm not going to sleep the best, because every time I sleep past midnight, it's just not really a good sleep. So I was like, you know what? Why not get on YouTube and share my little story time? And hopefully it helps somebody, not sit in their frustration, but move on. Because things happen outside of our control. And it's really how we react to the situation, and how we handle it. Like, that's what makes it good or bad, is really how we react to the situation. Like, and it first starts with our thoughts. It first starts with how we make the situation. Because even with my car, when it got totaled on that day, like, I was so in shock. I didn't really make it a big deal that day, so I didn't really process it. It took a couple of days for me to process that my car was gone. And I feel like, in a sense, that helped, because I didn't let my thoughts go rampant. But once you do it, once you become like the victim in the situation, you say, woe is me, and like, oh my gosh, this happened to me, then that's when it just goes downhill. Because now your body, your spirit is attached to that thought, and it just runs, it just takes off. So it's really up to you. It's where you want to place your energy, where you want to place your thoughts, where you want to place your thinking in a situation that happens out of your control. And yeah, it's up to you. It is up to you. So for me, for this early morning, I'm going to woo-saw it out with this coat and figure out how soon I can get another one, and not let my frustration lead to regret, and not stay stagnant and just be like, you know what? Things happen. You forget stuff. It's fine. Keep it moving. Simple as that. Simple as that. And you let it go. And you don't keep on holding on to the thought. You just let it go. But yeah, so that's my little chit chat for you guys. Thank you so much to all these new subscribers that are coming to my channel. I freaking love it, love it, love it, love it. I'm loving coming on camera, getting more used to it, getting more comfortable with you guys. Please do engage with me in the comments and let me know what you would like me to talk about, and just let me know that you're rocking with me. Like, put a heart if you're rocking with me, if you stayed this long for this 20 minutes, because hey, it's still hard for me to put up videos and talk to you guys. It's still a challenge because I still get in my head a lot, but I want to be committed to this process. I want to be committed to posting. I want to be committed to seeing a transformation and just seeing where this can lead and what it can do for my life. And I would love for you guys to truly be part of that journey. And yeah, I just want to see this growth. I want to see this growth, and um, I want y'all to be here to see it as well. So please do engage with me, because I would love to talk with you guys and just figure out how we truly can heal daily to live and just enjoy this life that Yah has given us. Like, truly enjoy this life that Yah has given us. So thank you so much to my 800 subscribers, on the road to 1,000. We getting it done. We pushing the content out. We informing and helping one another. And let's keep growing. Let's keep healing. That's what it's all about. I hope you guys have a blessed day. Stay safe out there. Stay warm out there. And until next time, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.